I remember after you received your award on stage at the summit last year, you were almost in tears. You told me, like, do you have any idea what this past year has been? And I said, well, no. But if you could speak to some of that, whatever you feel comfortable sharing.
This past year has been, it has provided extensive opportunity for growth.
It's a good way to put it.
But I've come out of it on the other side so much better for it. These past couple of years have been absolutely amazing and some of the best in my life. And yeah, they've been hard, and I have faced challenges, personal, professional, every way. But sitting where I'm sitting now, I wouldn't change any of it. Because looking back, I'm thrilled with how far I've come, and looking ahead, I'm so excited for what the future holds.
Now, I know for some people listening, that won't be enough because it'll be a bit vague, but let's just say you had to make some difficult professional decisions in the business and difficult personal decisions. Maybe there was even like some overlap, and that's tough. I would imagine so many people in your situation, like, it's like, what do you do? And I guess what I'm curious is what led that decision making and what reinforced that commitment to the future of the firm.
Making the decisions, it really comes down to, like, every time I've made a major decision in my life, and I'll actually talk about one that's a little bit farther distant, in some ways less personal. In 2018, I made the choice to stop drinking alcohol completely. And I made that decision because I knew that I would never become the person I wanted to be. To be clear to people listening, I was not an alcoholic. It does run in my family, the sort of the recognition there, right? This could be a path. So when I make those decisions, that's exactly what it's about. You look at it and you think, where do I want to be? Who do I want to be? I can do this hard thing.
Yeah. So a lot of it is about, like, evolving into the person you have to be to achieve the things that you want to achieve. I guess, what advice would you give to somebody who's listening that may be dealing with a lot of personal challenges and setbacks, and they're struggling to find that level of purpose and excitement for the future of their firm as well?
A lot of it just comes down to resilience. You do, every day, right? You want that excitement, but that's not what every day is like. That, because you built your own business from the ground up, right? $500 to your name. You've done amazing things with your business. And that's what it's like. A lot of days are just the hard work and the determination to keep going, and resilience in the face of setbacks, because there are setbacks every day, but the resilience to just keep going. Okay, I've got this problem. How do I fix this? Instead of, folding and running away, look at it, figure out the problem, talk to the other people in your life, get input, those kinds of things. I will say, and you didn't ask this question, but I will say that one of the things I think that marks me as a little different than many other business owners is that I am extremely willing to take advice and information from other people, even criticism. And that isn't because I'm unable to make decisions or anything myself, but I value what other people have to say. At the end of the day, it's my business and I will make the decision. But I think I'm very, very good at assimilating a lot of information, bringing it to myself, and ultimately making the choice or decision that's going to be best for the business or the law firm moving forward. And that, I think, requires setting aside your ego a lot. And I think that you just really have to be able to do that. For me, that's I think, a piece that marks me as a little different than many other business owners.
I agree. It's I think taking advice is great as long as it doesn't come from strangers on the internet. That's the only asterisk there.
With that caveat, right.